If you're watching this, it's probably because you want to learn how to play the guitar, no? If you're watching, then you're also a beginner, which means you're going to have to learn the basics. Hold on, I gotta do something. I should have done this before I started the video. Now the basics of the guitar is that it has 6 strings, a sound hole, it has its curvatures. Usually you'll have a pick guard, it just depends. Up here, or actually, right here is your bridge. These are your pins. Up here are the tuning, what's it called? I think it's called a tuning fret. Oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. This is where you tune your guitar. I can't remember the name right now. These little metal bars are frets. And these little dots mark certain spots within the fretboard, which is the collectivity. Your first dot is 3, your second dot is 5, and your third dot is 7. And if you want to go ahead, you can count your 9 and your 12. You usually don't get to these until you're more skilled. Now you might be wondering, where do I start? Well, I just gave you the basics, and so, well, you have 6 strings, but where you really start is with tuning. Doesn't sound good. I have a tuner, and if you don't have one, that's okay. You can download one on your phone. They come on Google. So you're gonna turn your tuner on. You see. Now to know how to tune, you have to know which string is which. This low string, further closest to you, is your E string. This is your A string. This is your D string. This is your G string, and this is your B string, and this is your high E. So basically, how I like to remember it is Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So now that you know which string is which, you can begin to tune it. You will plug the string and look at your tuner. Mine says it's a low D, which this is the E string. Now, if your strings are set up correctly, to tune your low strings, to tune it higher, you push up, and to tune it lower, you push down. So it's left or right. So I'm going to tune my E string. That doesn't sound right. Whenever you've successfully tuned your string, it'll say on your tuner, the string, and it'll light up green. This is a little bit flat, but then you tune your A string until it says A, then your D string, then your G string, your B string, and finally your E string. Sounds a lot better. Some people, instead of the E to E, they like to count it 1 to 6. And all you gotta know is that the thinnest string is your 1, and the lowest string is your 6, and by that knowledge you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I can't keep you forever, so we gotta get into something. Now, using the frets takes time, and if you're a beginner, I suggest you buy light strings, because light strings are easier to bend and manipulate the way you want them to. However, they can be buzzy and they're not as full as like medium or medium lights. As someone who's been playing a long time, I use mediums because it sounds fuller, but that also means it's harder to bend and it's rougher on the fingers. But over time, you'll build calluses and more resistance to the strings. Now to start, take your lowest E, so the one that's closest to you, and pluck it. That is your open E string. Then pluck the A string. That's your open A. Then your D, your G, your B, and your high E. Anytime you pluck a string when your hands are not on the fretboard is called an open chord. Where else can I take this? Those are your basics, and I like to use this app called Gibson, I think it's called Chords and Tuners, but it's a really good app if you want to learn. If you want to get the premium version, go ahead and do that, but you can also just get the basic version. It's really helpful, and you can learn a lot on it. Or Chordify. Chordify is really good if you know what you're doing. But that's all I have for you. And so you can start by learning something, which usually, if you're a beginner, you're going to do basic tabs. And just see if you can play a singular string song, like there's a lot of songs that can be played on one string. And there's other songs that can be played on multiple. So just work your way up and try to learn a song that only involves one string. And then I'll catch you on the next one.